It is 8:02. I am bursting with sunshine and rainbows this evening. Do you know where your toys are? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo, and welcome back to my channel. This is my Sunday night podcast where we talk about life and toys. Yes, I feel rejuvenated. I feel toy rejuvenated. It feels really good. I'm loving life right now. I'm loving my toys. I'm loving my collection. I feel good. I feel really good. So after what I know are a couple of weeks of, just worrying about stuff, this is our escapism, gosh darn it. And this is what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to have a blast. I have had an uneventful weekend in terms of life itself. It's been just nice. The last 2 days, I've just been chilling with my family. Yesterday, we kind of just worked on things around the house. I should say my wife kind of putzed around the house and like straightened up. I spent the day essentially in my toy room in the basement. My kids would come to hang out. Obviously, I wasn't just down here the entire time, but I got to hang out down here. We're organized again. I don't want to. I know that's like the word of the day every time I bring up cleaning, but I organized and it felt so good. And again, the minutia of the little accessories and putting things back where they go. And of course, tonight I'm gonna make a huge mess again, but that's okay. That's okay. It just felt so good, like this huge weight was lifted off that I was able to even get things going. Of course, I just remembered I forgot a thing I was going to talk about, but I might be able to grab that later. And then today we went to a 9 a.m. showing of Lilo and Stitch. Like it was straight up. We woke up like, should we do it? Like my kids, we can't sleep in past 7. That's just the bottom line, like with the little ones. So that's that. We were just like, yeah, should we go? And it's like, well, if we go to the first one, all right, let's do it. So we got to see Lilo and Stitch, which was amazing. It was so ridiculously good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, what a great time. It's amazing. It's amazing. My wife even said, she's like, she thinks she prefers it to the OG cartoon. Like she likes this version better. It's hard to. I mean, I would be very interested to hear what you guys have to say if it's something that you agree with her on. But and I think I might agree. It really, from a storytelling perspective, I think worked even better with story points and story beats than the cartoon. The cartoon I love, and I saw it late in life. I actually want to thank one of the Sentinels. It was Jay Shot, and this is again. I talked about this on a stream years ago, so some of you who've been rolling with me for a while might remember me talking about it. But like, went to a toy show, and Jay Shot actually bought my daughter a Stitch stuffy. He's because he's the best. I love him, and that spurned us to like going. I went home that day, immediately put it on, fell in love with it. Then I had to get the Super 7 toy. Then I pre-ordered the Revoltech reissue. And yeah, like, I mean, I'm a late comer to falling in love with Stitch and Lilo, of course. But yeah, this movie was amazing. It was so good. And then, yeah, just chilling at home and doing stuff around the house. But again, just being with my family. It was really nice. And we're off tomorrow. So huzzah, happy Memorial Day. Again, salute to all of our veterans out there. Again, the ones who have laid their greatest sacrifice down to provide us with these freedoms that we enjoy. So, the majority of U.S. citizens I know, and again, I speak like that because I do know we have a global audience, both, here and at the Toy Pick community. But for our U.S. citizens, it's hard pressed to find a family that hasn't been part of that ultimate sacrifice. So again, that's what it is all about. But we do have tomorrow off in honor of the fallen, and we're going to be, my son and I are going to be marching as Cub Scouts. Our pack is going to be marching in our town parade. So very excited about that. Our pack gets to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. But so that means tonight may or may not be super long. I do want to make sure I'm in bed by 11 because that will hopefully give me that 8 hours to be ready to rock and roll tomorrow and to go marching and to do all of my waving. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. As we go through the town. But I did tell my wife, so if she's going to be up, she has a sim, she's going to shine the bat symbol for me either in the chat. So I'm going to be on top of the chat. It's like, this is a short monologue this evening, or, text, but she'll be letting me know if she's staying in bed. She's going up there now to charge her phone and to just scroll. And if she wants to come down and hang out and watch some TV, then I will wrap things up, because tomorrow night I will be back again live with two of my best buddies, the Toy Daddies, as we invite Robo Don't Know to the top 10. Super excited about that. Our posing segment session, our posing session is going to be involving Transformers. We know with Robo, two of his, obviously he is in love with a lot of different, lines and franchises, just like many of us are, including myself. But we do know that two of his favorite ones are Star Wars and Transformers. So since we just did a posing night with Star Wars figures, we asked him about Transformers, and he's down. So that's exciting. And I do have Transformers to show off this evening too. There's just so many good toys, both new and old, which is what I'm super excited about. So here we go, everybody. Let it rock and roll. Let's say to our optional class attendance. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. Tricks Blast, how you doing, Michael? Thanks for being here, buddy. We got Bat Force Grumps, Yimbo Mania, Roan the Wild, brother. How you doing? Wyatt Smith, Copper State Collectibles. What's up, man? Josh Brown with the present. Thank you so much, sir. Ray Paz is here. Happy Sunday, dude. Finn Cobbs, citizen of Yambonia. Now, real quick, before I read Finn's comments, the one thing I have been like, I don't know if you can tell from the volume of video editing I've been doing. So I did post a full review of the Mafex Dark Knight Returns 2-pack with Batman and Robin. So that has been up on my channel. I did record something else today and again, my wife, I give her all the credit in the world, because I had this idea, and I enjoy doing toy related videos, talking videos that aren't necessarily about a specific figure. So I had this idea, and she gave me the best way to flip my perspective of talking about it. And so I recorded something. I'm going to see if I can edit it into something that will be fun and enjoyable to watch, with a good message. I wanted to make sure it was a good message. So, but yeah, so that means I do, and this is, I'm the one thing I'm slacking on, and I apologize to all of my fellow citizens, the official, the YouTube channel members, that level of citizenship, that my State of Yambonia address, I've been, again, weird with my posting dates, and it's just from when I've been able to do it. So I have my May one that I still have to record. So that is also on my plan for tomorrow. It was, the last 2 days too. It's actually all week. But Thursday, I was on a field trip to a YMCA camp. So normally the first two that I've done so far have been like a lunchtime thing. So that was, again, I should have done it probably Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And between grading things and, building some blockies, I jumbled my priorities around. And so Thursday I couldn't do it. And then Friday, my district had a redo of Take Your Child to Work Day because it fell during our spring break. So my wife got to take the kids to school that day. And I was actually really sad because, like my kids and I were on spring break, but she had work. So they got to go and spend the whole day with her. Had been like, oh man, I thought we were going to, I would take one and she would take the other. I'm going to miss out. But then my school offered, like Friday, because it was an early dismissal day going into the long weekend, a chance to bring our kids in. So they were with me, and oh my goodness, again, just beaming with pride at their behavior and how they interacted with these big, scary 7th and 8th graders, these, my little kindergarten kids. But they were so good. My students were so good with them. And needless to say, though, I didn't get to film. So that's my promise. So again, Finn, thank you so much for your citizenship, my friends. But yeah, first time joining live in a while. Hello, dude. I was thinking about you today. So look at that. I mean, again, in a positive way. It's just like I was going through. I was noticed I still have some old comments from YouTube that have slipped through the cracks, and you were one of them. So it's just like, oh, I love Finn. He's so nice. So thank you for being here, buddy. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're able to make it. Ray Paz, happy Sunday. Hope everyone is enjoying their holiday weekends. Chris, I feel yimberated. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Love that. Clintastic 4, still our current citizen of the month from April, who's carried up until this next State of the Union. So there we go. Let's see. Messy Photography's in here. What's going on, dude? I have both lights. All right. As long as my internet is okay. I just like freaked out for a second because normally I keep one set of my ceiling lights off because one of them is a Wi-Fi light, but I don't think I connected it to the internet since I changed my routers. I don't know. So let me know if I ever get weird, because then I will turn that light off, because it did affect, like when I first installed it, I remember I tried to have like the back glow of a different color. I was able to connect it on my lap, but then it like totally screwed with my Wi-Fi settings here. Yimborganize. I like that. Happy birthday, by the way. I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but it was on the Instagrams. So fellow May birthday to Sir Trevor, my liege. How are you doing, Trev? Thank you so much for hanging out this evening. And we do need, I meant to sell you this in the chat, but then like, of course, I'm like quickly getting to, like back to you and into chat stuff as I'm like hanging out with my family and everything. So I've been wanting to say those, Trev. It's been a while since we got to stream, man. So we need to figure that out. I think, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Vader Suggs here. Happy Sunday, man. Ray Paz, making sure don't be groggy tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to go 3 hours at the, but it's just a matter of what time we're tapping out. I have so much to like show off. I mean, again, it's all silly stuff, but it's toys and there's new things, old things, some little goofy custom things I've been doing. RDK Live tomorrow. Grumps, I bought a Transformers Blockies today, my first one. Don't just blame me. I know No Chewing's the one that got me into Blockies, my friends. But yeah, no, like, so, consider it a toy daddy enabling. But that's great. Dude, I can't wait. Let me know which like what you got. Was it one of the, I don't want to call it a blind box, literally action figures posted to his story. He came across them in Walmart and posted a question like, is it a true blind? And it's not at all. It's random. It is a random figure. So I just recycled the box that this latest GV07, the Galaxy versions, 07, the 7th wave. So that's what I just got in. When you order a set, there's 9 figures in there, and every single one, you're going to get something different. So it is a random, you don't know what figure, but there's no dupes. The only thing that's like a surprise is that out of those 9 characters, one of them has like a second enhanced version. So in the box that I had, it's Megatron for the Galaxy version 7 wave. It's Megatron. It's called the Hidden Figure, and he has like some different paint on applications, different colored parts. And I got the regular Megatron as I was building. So I have 3 more to build. But I did open Regatron, so it was not the special hidden one. But yeah, it's as long as you are pulling from the same box, you're good. You don't have to worry about duplicates, which is like such a relief. It's such a relief. Finn says, "Big get, Robo's looking to be with you guys." Oh no, Robo is the man. We have had such a blast. We've gotten to hang out with him. First time was at San Diego Comic-Con last year, then Legion's Con, and then Toy Fair back in March. Like, he is everything. Like, he's somebody that definitely lives up to what you think of him, like he puts himself out on the internet, and then of course, like there's the don't meet your heroes. He's somebody that is just such a truly genuine guy. He is who he is on his rewinds and play days. Like, he's amazing. He's an amazing person. So no, we are so lucky to have him. Like, it's really special. We have next up global icon and national treasure, Diggs Figs. What's going on, man? Of course, Finn. And there we go with the happy birthday, Trevor 1-6. Sir Trevor. Grump said, "I got Bone Crusher." I'm trying to figure out how to put it together. My man, it's the directions. So if you got the random, so that is like the medium tier. They have the little tiny guys. Then they have that medium set in those random boxes. And then they have the class, I think they're called the class set or something like that. But that's like the $20 version where they're much larger. And again, you know what? Where did I put them? Okay. So here we go. And I got two right here. So I have Shockwave, two versions of Shockwave right here. So boom. You can see the height differential. There we go. So back to back. All right, so this is like the $20 tier, and you can even see the light going on right there. There's the light up feature. This one does not have the light up feature, but in GV07, Galaxy version 7, this is a new enhancement to their articulation scheme. Yeah, this is just the swivel waist. So all the other Blockies Transformers that I've ever played with and messed with and built have been swivel waist. Now you get this. Ooh. So it's not that was like the biggest jump, the biggest thing that I noticed, but even like leg articulation, they are just continuing to improve. You love seeing that from a company. So yeah, just follow the directions. These guys, the medium-sized ones can take, they still take a good 20 minutes or so. I'm trying to think. Maybe 10 to 20. Depends on how, if like I usually throw on a TV show or a movie, like something's, I'm building them on the coffee table. Outside of, because like some stuff I've done recorded builds, but sometimes you just want to like play with your toys. You just want to, sometimes I just want to take the pressure off of content and then just enjoy a figure. So yeah, I want to say it takes about 15 minutes. Let's say 15. That's a nice average. Let's say 15 minutes to build this size. These guys have the sprues, and you have to pop everything at. Whoop. That's on me. That's on me. Getting a little too ham-handed. That's my bad. Let me just throw this crotch piece back on. I'm just totally making them fall apart right now. This is on me. But these guys can take like a full movie. Like I watched Old School and built one. What was it? Last weekend? Oh man. All right. I don't want to get too ham-handed and screw around. So that's on me. Sorry about that, Shockwave. But here I have another comparison too with Soundwave. So neat. These guys look so awesome. And my kids have been having a blast, but I had to tell them not to beat them up too badly because I still have more videos and such to make. But I think, if you caught any of the stuff that I've put out there, whether it's here or on the Toy Pick community, I mean, you guys definitely get the gist of what they are. The cool, I don't have many Autobots. I have two. All right, let me say this. I have 4 of the class, the top tier. I have the Bumblebee. That was the special gift to us at Toy Fair, which again, thank you, Blockies. This was the Bumblebee. Love this shiny. You can buy this, for the record. Like, this is on their website. So you can find this on their US website to purchase that awesome color scheme. So I have Ironhide. Those are my 2 Autobots. And then I have the twins. So I have Shockwave and Soundwave as my 2 villains. But Ironhide actually came with a build of the robotic form. The other guys did not. So I thought that was a really cool touch that they included the little vehicle version in there. You can also see, I'll show you 2 of, technically they're both Orion packs. So there's no official Optimus. There is a Megatron in this latest wave. So there's Optimus. Again, this is all based on Transformers 1. So I'm sorry, Megatron. So here's Megatron. My bad. They did have the version of him as D16 pre-cog transformation. So there's 2 versions of him, but Orion packs. This is from Galaxy version 5 wave, the Orion packs, and then this is post-cog transformation, but they still don't call him Optimus Prime. They still call him Orion packs, but he has the cool arm weaponry. And I don't have it here at the moment, of course, but he has the Matrix of Leadership that port into his open hand. As I pop off his arm. There we go. But he's got a little port right in there. So these are a lot of fun. Even what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? My daughter loves her. I had to actually steal her back without her knowing. Alita 1. So Alita 1, there she is. She does not have the waist. This is, typical, as we've seen in toy companies, where the females tend to, just because of the smaller stature, end up losing out a little bit. But they gave her a Cybertron fawn, which I thought is really neat. And actually, this might make me use my Spin Masters. I'm blanking on her now. From Horizon Zero Dawn. Why am I blanking on her name? All right. But anyway, let me put these guys back. Transformers talk. I was in the middle of the chat. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I have those to talk about with Robo. And I still have to build my YOLO Park Nemesis Prime. So that's another thing that's on sketch. So we'll see. Again, I have all these grand plans, and then I get sidetracked by stuff. Yada, yada, yada. It happens. Rowdy Riles, what's going on? Love that name. All right. Thanks for being here. K-Mac, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Maurice Phillips in the house. Good time zone. Oh, there you go. How you doing, man? And yes, with the birthday love for Sir Trevor, 1/6 shooter. Savage Saint, happy Sunday. Thanks so much for being here. Kiwi Collector, how you doing, man? Cal the Collector, oh, love you, man. Thank you so much for sharing out news of the stream this evening. And yes, Alita 1, thank you so much, Maurice. And Alloy, why do I blank on Alloy? But she was definitely somebody I just manhandled as I was straightening up my table over. Alloy, I still have to play the sequel. I still haven't, the last couple, even the last few nights when my wife has gone to bed, I haven't even necessarily done toy stuff. I did catch up on Last of Us, so I have been I'm on top of that. I did skip a week, so I did have 2 to watch, but I'm all caught up. And I know tonight's a new episode. Last night I ended up, my wife yesterday would put on, whenever the kids weren't claiming the TV, she'd put on Twilight. So I wasn't watching with her, and not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with it. People love Twilight. I get it. I've seen them. I never loved them like other people did. My wife did, but she's like, man, looking at it, does not, she was saying it didn't hold up to her as someone who did really love them. But all that Robert Pattinson talk when she went to bed, I threw on the Batman, and man, he's so good in that. And I know recently, well, last week we were talking about the potential of the Batman sequel like just fizzling out, but I did just see news yesterday or today that it is moving. Plans are still moving forward. So I know Matt Reeves is pulled out or backed out. I think he's officially out. But the Batman is moving into production. I want to say summer of 2026. So we have a ways to go. And I still have to watch The Penguin. Wizard of Toys, ahoy, ahoy. Thank you for being here. Maurice, life is what happens when you're busy making plans. That's exactly right. And Great Jedi 22, what's up, man? Picked up X-Force Archangel. Ooh, Marvel Legends of the year so far. I have that on pre-order. I have been excitedly waiting on a lot of these things from Pulse. So people are already getting Maximum Hulk in hands. I can't wait. Again, my expectations are right exactly what I think it's going to be. I'm still excited about the Thunderclap. I'm still excited to learn about this squishy chest. Seems like people are enjoying the squishy chest, and that's what it's all about. It's going to be the best Marvel Legends Hulk that you can get your hands on without, buying, going out to the aftermarket for one of the anniversary editions or Wolverine 2-pack origin, because again, we know it's a lot of the same, but there's also a lot of new. There's also a lot of new that I'm excited about. So I can't wait. I want the squishy. I want that squishy chest, man. I want it. Let's see. I heard Matt Reeves is the same. Oh no, that's why. I was worried that it was something health related. All right. So heart goes out to Matt Reeves. Man, that is sad. That is sad. All right. So yeah, well wishes, man. Yeah, that's fog. That's right. I was on Brick earlier and sadly found out Peter David, the comic writer, passed away. Jeez Louise. Oh, all right. Well, again, we're focusing on the good tonight. That is it, again. That's rough. So getting back to good stuff. I can't wait for Maximum Hulk. And like I said, I've been, I still have my box of toys, my unopened toys that I'm just, as I can film a thing. Not that again, I'm trying to save all of it for filming, but that is part of the game. Although it's been dragging out because again, I've been having so much fun revisiting figures. So maybe that's where we'll start, because I'll show you guys what I'm working with over here. There we go. So get that second cam going. Now, for the record, because of the cost of StreamYard just massively spiking when there was some sort of a buyout. I'm sorry to get into the YouTube side of things for a second. I had threatened to quit or cancel my membership with them, and they gave me a decent rate for 6 months. And then last month it shot up to $88. Brutal. Now, with Toy Father No Chewing, we've consolidated, but even at that price, so what we're going to be doing, and I hope you guys don't mind, but right after this stream is over, this is the final one for the short term, where when I go to the toy camera, you'll still see me. So let me know if that's something that you care about. Like, do you need to see me, or is it cool to just, let me see if I can just do this. Nope, wrong one. That wasn't it. Still no. How can I just do? Nope, that's not it at all. Nope. Ah, there we go. So is this going to bother you in the future? Because I never try to leave my leave just all toys the hold up. Although, does it matter at all? So let me know if that's something that is going to take away your enjoyment of your stream. We were going to switch to that to test it out. We were also going to mention this again on the toy pick. So during our posing sessions, we're still technically on this, like we can throw ourselves on the bottom, at least we have been. But tomorrow night will be the first time that as we switch to our toy cams, like we won't be physically seen. So is that something you care about? That's all I need to know. Do you care if I'm not on the camera, but you see the toys? I mean, right now, you get to see Toy Me. One of the many, many variants. There we go. Shipwreck Yimbo. Ahoy, ahoy. There we go. But you still got me for today. You still got me here. So anyway, I'm just curious. So please let me know if that's something that would you prefer. Do you want to see me in the corner or not? Because that'll factor in. But we still are going to try to test it out. We through the very least, our San Diego Comic-Con, because at this point, anything that and again, not that we ever ask, it's always truly unexpected. But any funds that might happen to come in between now and the end of July are going towards our Comic-Con trip. So just so you know, if you did ever open up your wallet to help support us in our endeavors, it's covering the expenses because obviously it's a great time. I'm not going to here to pretend that it's not, but it still is costly, and we're just regular people trying to make this happen. So that's all, just so you guys are aware of what that would be supporting. All right, let me go. I like a squishy chest, it. Cal is getting his Hulk tomorrow. That's amazing. Wait, you said getting back to the good stuff. Oh, well, you know what I mean, like the toy stuff. Let's see. I need to see Yimbo. Oh, I'm gonna see Yimbo. All right, fair. But not to take your 80. It's as this channel and the toy pick, as we continue to grow, like that's the whole thing. Like, any money that does get generated through the YouTube side of things, it just offsets expenses. Again, not that I want to dwell on it. I'm just letting you know, because it's like, we're still small channels despite trying to, again, make our way as positive toy guys on the internet. So, wait, why are you doing this for again? No, love seeing the Facebook money is a thing. All right, I appreciate Wizard saying I'm cool either way. Thank you. I'll just take a picture of Yimbo to my screen, so it's like he's there all the time. That works too, Grumps. And again, I would never leave myself, like it wouldn't be longer than like 5 to 10 minutes, because that's just how I am anyway. Like I wouldn't want to just dip and not have you, like not be a part. I like talking to all of you guys, and thank you, Maurice. All right, so I appreciate that. That's good. So again, at the very least, it'll help us save a few bucks leading up through the end of July. So all right, so yes, let's talk fun toys. So first and foremost, I don't know why this feels backwards. Does this feel backwards to me? Oh, the camera is flipped. I just noticed the Chubsy sign. That is not right. What did I do? Let me see if I can flip this real quick. Oh, because it's mirrored. Ah, that's weird. My camera was mirrored. That's nuts. Chewy, did you do something? Okay, so now we're back. Okay, so here we go. I'll go left to right. So this is my favorite Snake Eyes G.I. Joe classified figure that I own, and I have 3 of them. So nothing crazy. I know some people might have far more. There were other awesome versions out there. Is Snake Eyes coming with the polar bear? No, right? Yes, because if he is, I did want that purple one. I wanted the classified version. I know Super 7 made that, but I never got into their line of Joes. But does the polar bear? I did order the polar bear. That's all I cared about. But I hope it comes with that purple Snake Eyes. But the bear was the big draw for me. Anyway, this Snake Eyes is my favorite. And he comes with that scarf. So the biggest thing I wanted to tell you is I just took out more. I used my Dremel. I think I'll put the link in the description after the stream because I do really love my Dremel. It's by Hardell, and it has all of the different points on here, but this one is like perfect for dremeling out the inside of like head, neck pegs and stuff. But you can kind of see over here how I just hacked away. First, it was with a razor blade. That was way back when. And then I used the Dremel to take out even more. So it sits way more flush on him now. I know this is like one that they have used for a few different figures, but it sits so much better, as you can hopefully tell from there. My camera keeps going out of focus with the hand. There we go. So it sits so much more flush. I might even still take out more because it sits perfectly without the sword on, but with the sword, it kind of still pushes it up. So I still have some work to do, but that was one of my little toy projects. Drop them on the ground. That's where they're all going. All right. Then I'll stick with Joe's. All right. So Vacation Yimbo. So as we know, it's, again, I don't want to claim every white guy with a beard, but Shipwreck has certainly been told to me by friends that he is one of my lookalikes. So to use him more, I had thrown his head on. This is the Chuckles body. But the thing that drove me nuts is I never liked Chuckles' pants. Like, if he's undercover, why is he wearing those gigantic combat boots? It always messed me up. So for the first time, I was like, you know what? Let me try to swap legs on a classified figure. I'm a little more ballsy about my toys now, a little less toy anxious. So I got my electric kettle, heated up the legs. Surprisingly simple. I thought I could pop them off at the hip, but that is not the case. Instead, the legs pop off, and then these are just like underpants. So the underpants can then be swapped. So it made it very easy, but do not think that you're going to just pop at the waist. Like, this peg that goes down into the torso engineering is like sealed in there. So it does have that swivel, but there's no chance. So you'd have to crack it open. So that's the only thing to be aware of. But yeah, I decided, screw it. Like, I want to have some fun. This Chuckles, I took the legs from Shipwreck, as you can see. And now I threw on, I can't remember this redheaded guy's name. He's the ninja, the Joe Ninja. I'm blanking. Because that's how, again, I love the Joe figures. I enjoy the Joe property, but outside of core characters, I kind of, my deal. It's in the Star Wars realm. Actually, even less than that. So, yes, I wanted to have full vacation mode Yimbo now. So I love the jeans look. What I discovered too is that this belt is like glued on there to the side. So I'm just going to let that hang. I'm going to leave that holster there. I think that looks great in the jeans now, all tucked in. So I have, this guy now chilling as my, sort of Shipwreck Kitbash. And then from Valaverse, this is the Condor secret agent figure I picked up at Legion's Con. And I threw an Outback head on there. So I was trying to look at other things. I wanted to have, like, ultimately, I would love to have representations of, like, the Toy Daddies, or representations of any of my toy friends, like, to go on adventures with in toy photography as toys. But to also, just, I'm not going to just randomly assign anybody myself. So I went with Outback. And you know what head also works? Oh boy. There we go. Oof. That head is on there. Legends heads do typically work on here. I think I showed off on a previous stream, like Paul Rudd, but I love the way this Sebastian Stan head sculpt works. So as like a civilian or somebody trying to mug that Spidey's gonna swoop in and save, like I love the way that looks. That is the Civil War Marvel Legends head sculpt. Love that long hair. So yeah, so there were some Joe customs right there. Nunchuck. Thank you, Maurice. It is Nunchuck. Hey, we got Josh, First Strike Figs in the house. How you doing, man? Thanks for being here, buddy boy. If the action figure fits, claim it. There you go. Allison Troy's in the house. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much, Retro Toy Princess. Just scrolling up because, again, when I start losing myself in the toys for a second, I get a little backlog. So my apologies. Finn saying, not at all love seeing the face, but oh, that's right. Too far. Let's see. Grumps, all jokes aside, again, thank you so much for your input, man. That does. Again, we put this on. We want it to be an enjoyable experience for you guys, whether you're hanging out with us live or catching the replay. We want it to be something that you want to watch. K-Mac, I like all your backgrounds and accessories. Thank you so much. This is currently the Chubsy Wubsy. They're not official sponsors. I just love supporting small businesses. And he is our tribal chief. Love Chubsy and his whole family. So it is our Chubsy Wubsy Arcade in Yambonia. So thank you so much, K-Mac. Looks correct to us. There we go. What did you do with Shipwreck? So yeah, so you see it now. You see him. Great Jedi. What's up, man? Kiwi says, as long as I can hear your sultry voice. Ooh. So long as I can hear your sultry voice, I'll be happy. But I will need a few selfies, so I may purchase a selfie series figure to have a little more Yimbo at home. Thanks, Kiwi. Josh Brown, dang, immediately tried to throw Chewie under the bus. No, but maybe. Wizard of Toys. Yes, Snake Eye comes with the polar bear. Yes. Oh, good. I feel like I should check this, right? At least to show that. Polar bear classified. Let's see. Yes. Oh, heck yeah. So that'll be my third. Let me bring it up real quick so you guys can see it. Share screen. Oh yeah, baby. All right. So that's awesome. I thought it was Snake. I love the pink hands. That kind of purple look. Oh, this is going to be probably my second favorite. So I have the movie version. I had cannibalized him into a random ninja to fight, at one point in my photography. I have the original classified, which was an amazing. That was my favorite Snake Eyes until this guy came out, this recent one, and now this one looks to be super rad. So it'd be my fourth Snake Eyes. And that's again, it could have been anybody. I'm so happy it's Snake Eyes though. It looks so good. It looks so good. Yes. Yay. All right. Make that bigger. Ooh, nope. There we go. Finka, that's my favorite Snake Eyes too. I'm hoping for a version 3. Cool sunglasses and knives on the chest soon. Yes, sir. Let's see. Oh, Kamakura. That's Kamakura. Yes. There we go. No chewing. How you doing, my man Chewy? And hug that like button. That's right. Doing all the YouTube things. You know the drill, guys. The master of smoke. Ooh, that's just you're gonna set off Machu. All right. Again, it still got that throat tickle. I took an allergy medicine. I'm at that stage of life now. All right, I saw it at Walmart. I went shopping with my daughter earlier. Speaking of which, shout out to Friendship. I picked up a Berserker figure for KJ. So I was at Walmart with my daughter, and yeah, I saw allergy meds on rollback. So I went, yeah, I should probably do that now. All right, let's see. Where's my lovable a bit husky Asian with a slate fog? Well, that's it. We talk about it all the time. Representation matters. There's certainly a whole lot of Yimbo variants. But like I said, I will not be the one to just start randomly pulling head sculpts. I think if the gentleman in the chat, in our in our little private group chat, give suggestions that they approve of, by all means. But otherwise, I'm not going to start just, going off on a willy-nilly tangent. Just I'm sensitive of that. So, I hope that makes sense. Head sculpt, that is. Hey, Nashla, there we go. Too many Joshes in this town. All right. So those are my Joes. That was just a really simple, super simple kit bash with swapping the legs. I was shocked at how easy that was. So that was super great. All right. I'm going to keep him back there for a second, Kazar. And now, so depending on where the Legends team goes for the Maximum series, personally, I think Machu and I have talked about it on a stream. Like a Deadpool would be fun. I still don't need a Maximum Deadpool because this is the Hydra Bob 2-pack. Now, of course, part of the allure of the Maximum series is that someone new to collecting can get an immediate, definitive-esque version of a character. So Deadpool's popular enough, clearly, to warrant one. I just don't know what they're going to do outside of this figure. And I have it. So I would be sad because, again, I want to see a Maximum Captain America with improved torso rotation. I want the double barbell. I want the barbell at the bottom, the lower torso. Yeah, we've talked about all of these different options. So for me, this is now my decked out Maximum Deadpool. So what I've done, and this, I've talked about in the past, but just so you guys, for anybody new to the stream, so those katanas are not the one that came with the Hydra Bob 2-pack. This is from the old Taco Deadpool. So the one that came with the boxing glove bazooka and the taco. That's the best way I can describe it. On the old buck, no butterfly joints. So I love these katanas in the setup. So I that's what I threw on here. I had used a Gundam marker to paint the wrists, and I think it was just the wrist. I don't want to call them gauntlets, bracelets, black. They were red for whatever reason. It was the black on the ankles, I believe. Yeah. But I had painted, or I used a Gundam marker to make those black. All right. But now let me show you the rest of the stuff that I did here. So I had previously tried to use the leg holster from that same Deadpool on him, but it always drives me crazy because these thighs are a little bit thinner, just a smidge. So it was too loosey-goosey. It would always slide up and down his leg. So yesterday, one of the things I was trying to do was use blue tack to keep it up. We're phrasing. However, it was still showing the blue. So whenever I would do any kind of dynamic posing, I felt like I was still going to be able to pick up the blue tack under the holster in a photo. So I ended up scouring my G.I. Joe bucket. This is where all the G.I. Joe stuff came from. And this is actually from the purple-haired Dreadnought, whatever her name is. Again, terrible with names. I apologize. But she had this leg holster knife. So I was like, oh, sweet, baby knife. So now he has the baby knife over here. So to me, it feels like it completes the look. I did try using other G.I. Joe holsters. I took one off not a bat. One of the, I don't know. I tried a few different ones, but again, just loose. But this one's on there. It fits perfectly. There's no slide. So baby knife to the side. And then I'm not sure which G.I. Joe character that came from, but there was this holster. So I threw that on, and then I put the katana strap over it, and it holds it perfectly. I love the way that this Deadpool looks now. And then I also took the gun, one of these rifles from Metalhead. I think, is that Metalhead? The guy with the rockets that shoot from the hips and from the backpack. So he has two of these perfectly matched like rifles in the Deadpool color scheme. So I snagged one for Wade. I was like, why not? So Cal's saying Wolverine should be next. Yeah, that would be a neat one. What's going on, Ultron Unplugged? How you doing? I guess you're still awake. That's a good thing. So yeah. So we have my little Deadpool. So that's what I worked on with him this weekend. So I think that looks pretty cool. And this was in my pile of loot. If I take this out for a second. Oh, there we go. So this is an old Marvel Legends. Like this, I did not buy this for Wade. I bought it for the Vespa and for the statues of the Deadpool core. So I wanted Dogpool, I wanted Squirrelpool. It was still $40 because this has been reissued. This was up on Amazon for a while. But I, again, do not care about the figure, but that head sculpt. Look at the mouth open under the mask with the bug eyes. It makes me so happy. So for $40, I'm getting the vehicle. I'm getting, again, static characters, but I wanted the Deadpool core, and then I get this awesome head sculpt to go with my own maximum Deadpool. So very, very excited. And the other thing that I noticed is gold, and I'm gonna just for my own headcanon, gold adamantium katanas, like in the movie. So this Deadpool is about to get a nice update from this set. So that was, like I said, that was part of my big bad, my pile of loot. I had 3 items in it. I finally got my Mezco classic Joker. I had my Jada Toys Tony the Tiger, and I had that Deadpool set. So still waiting on Sagat and Blanca to arrive. Again, just feel like I'm waiting forever on that one. But it is what it is. So I'm going to move Wade over here. And now I'm going to get Kazar. And I left him for last in terms of some fun little kit bashing, unless you really want to get in on those nips. There we go. Nah, just kidding. Okay. So he is currently wearing the Hiya Toys Judge Dredd, the Cursed Dead. This is from my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. He really, the only thing that made him I think it was the Cursed Dead. That was the nickname. But was this wired cape, which is awesome. Shawl, again, really tattered and amazing. So I thought, wow, that would look really, really good on him. So I had that. I'm going to get medical tape and cut little strips and just do my own wrist gauntlets. I was looking at toys that maybe could have a good like wrist gauntlet that would work well, but when I was going through some stuff, I didn't see anything that would have that either animal fur or that just the look that I would want. So before I kept going, I want to say was it Apertoy, or guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Who suggested He-Man? Was it Jukebox? Well, anyway, I went into my accessory box for my Revelations figures, which again, I've given to my kid. So my boy, again, will randomly play with them, but I knew that Faker, the original Faker He-Man, the one that had the Cybertronic head, came with both versions. So I have this is exciting. So this is you're experiencing this with me now. All right. So first of all, this is how I like to, for any kind of shields, I like to do that and then port in the peg in the hands. There we go. So that's done. And Where? Wait. No, I had it. I had it here. What did I do? Oh, man. I had the Sword of Eternia. What? Oh, you knucklehead. Oh, you knucklehead. What did I do? I had a Sword of Eternia. Now the shield's popping off. Where the... All right. Well, that took a little bit of the wind of my sails, but I do have a Mythic Legion. I do have a Mythic Legion sword that I can use as a stand-in. That's so frustrating. I had it. I had it here. The official sword. I'm going to find it as soon as I end the stream. I know it. All right. So this kind of plays the... So there we go. A Marvel Legends sized He-Man. That kind of works. A little savage He-Man to him. Not quite as yoked. This is loose. I had to figure out how to tighten that up. But let me get a semi decent pose going. My goodness. Come on, Yimbo. Just kidding. I never talk to myself in the third person. There we go. So how's that? So yeah, see, there's just a lot of gappage. But again, the Revelations figures, the Mattel ones, are significantly larger. So I got to figure out something, but that could kind of play. It's close. I have the power. So it's neat. Again, I bought Kazar not fully. Like, I know he's Savage Land. I've read comics with him, but again, hit or miss in terms of my knowledge base. So he was just somebody I picked up as one of those, again, avoiding tariff. He's here. He's on Pulse. Just let me get him. So, and I got him for the fodder capabilities. He is a really cool figure, though. I will give him that. And definitely has, again, Savage He-Man vibes. I know, man. I swear I brought everything here. I'm telling you, it's got to be like at my feet. I must have bumped something. Sword of Eternia. I have other ones too, but still, I'm sad. I'm a goofball. What am I going to do? Cal is getting his Sagat Thursday. That's awesome. Marie said we need a squirrel accessory pack for Squirrel Girl. Yeah, dude. My first of all, I use the squirrels in my street scene, my 78 scene, my like official street level Yambonia, like in the borough. I have the squirrels scattered everywhere. But yeah, there's only 3. I also have NECA cartoon mice, and then the NECA Mirage Rat King rats. I guess they're all rats, cartoon rats, and the other ones. So yeah, I do have a lot of rodents. There is a rodent infestation problem in Yambonia. I will say that. First Strike, more Cable and Deadpool area. There you go. That's actually one of my favorite Deadpool legends. Oh, the one from the Vespa. Very cool. Let's see. Mercy, the holster might be General Hawk. Oh, I think Zoran is the female Dreadnought with the big... Thank you. Yes, it is. Yeah, I thought I should have tried something. I was looking at General Hawk. I don't think he had a holster that played. That one definitely is Zorana. Like that, it's that knife holster. That's all it is. All right. So yeah, so there's my fun Kitbashes that I was throwing together all weekend long. And next up, I did open up a couple of toys this evening because I'd already previously opened them up. Because I had 2 before, but I think I talked about it last week that I've recently rewatched Infinity War, and again, peak Marvel cinema, Infinity War. Still hits, still makes me sad, still gives me all the feels. So I had 2 Outriders, And I ended up ordering another set because I felt like two. Once I had the two, I was like, even if I was putting them with Thanos or my Cull Obsidian figure, it's still not as imposing as I would want. But now look at, as you start filling this out, yeah, like these guys are awesome. And just to show you, if I back up real quick, so this is how they come right out of the tray. They do have a second head that you can use. So this is more like a general type guy right there. Oop. That general head sculpt. So I'm going to leave one of that head on, and then everybody else will just be, regular soldier, mindless horde. But you have the lower ab, so you get a decent amount. There's not really anything up top. That's not too crazy, but you get a decent amount of the lower. The head, there's no eyes, so it doesn't really matter about looking up or not. And you can see with this guy, like, he basically does look like he's looking straight up at you with the crunch. And then each arm has the double joint articulation. The feet aren't massive by any stretch, but they're also not small enough to truly hinder balancing. So, yeah, like when you get 4 of them, look at that. Like that looks so awesome to me now. So, like I want to have them attacking Hulk, just the pylon, something. So, I opened them up right away earlier tonight. Let's see. Really, it's 369. You need more outrights. I mean, the rule of odds, but it's a 2-pack. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever get to if I feel like I need 6. Because I'm still figuring out, and this is something that D Amazing has posted about. I study his stuff for like the Against All Odds photos, and looking back, doing a little, not even super long deep dive. Like he's posted somewhat recently in the last few months where it was some of his old reels, and he did a post where he was talking about when he started doing them, it really taught him a lot about composition. And again, it helps me because as I try to load stuff up, those type of images, I will run past our little Sentinel Toy Daddy Council, and Machu does a great job of like always pointing stuff out. Like this is a very busy shot with all of this stuff. This is fun for a stream, but for a photo, in terms of not loading it up too much and maybe really keeping the focus on the toys and whoever they are attacking. So it's an interesting challenge. And it's something that, again, as I try to push myself in understanding photography and different composition methods, it makes me excited. So this is in hopes to kickstart another round of me trying to learn how to do more Against All Odds. So maybe I'll start with the 4. I think 4 will look really gnarly, and then I'll go from there. We got Task at Hale. What's going on, Brad? How you doing, man? A rare Sunday I get to catch because of no school tomorrow. My man. Enjoy tomorrow. And see, there you go. All right, Grumps, you finished your blocky. Perfect. And hey, you were going, that was your first time through. Dude, you might remember us talking after Toy Fair when I was putting it together with Machu and No Chewing and Matea from Matea Toy Photography. I was sweaty. I just had the little iron hide, and I still got it wrong at the end. But it felt like a race, and I was last. I was so bad. So again, first time through, you're right. It is something to get used to. The first box out of a set of 9, by the last one, I'm now like, it becomes second nature. But for sure, those first couple, I'm like heavily relying on the directions and where it goes where. And it just, becomes more second nature. It becomes second nature the more you do them. All right. Let me see something real quick. I'm just going to text the wifey. Let's see. Because otherwise, that's going to kind of determine whether or not we open more toys, or if yeah, oh, she's awake. That's awesome. Okay, So, man, this has been so much fun. I'm gonna wrap. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So let's do 5 more minutes because I have to, guys. I have to show you this because this is another figure I was planning on like doing a full review of. Then I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do like a short. I'll do maybe like the 3 minute or less talking review short, and I still didn't get to do it. So you guys are getting my initial review thoughts. I'm still going to do it because not enough people I feel like are talking about this figure. But again, it's not that it's not a popular toy. Like again, Sir Dork beat me to it. He's the one that went like even made me aware that it was a thing. And then again, it was like the toy, the toy gods shined down, showed me he was in stock right there. Oh, Jared just talked about this guy. Huh. Well, he looks like he comes with a lot of stuff. $50 is a lot. Everybody just got mad about Maximum Spidey. But then again, it looks like he's got a lot of stuff. Well, screw it. I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to like it. Yada, yada, yada. So here's how we'll end this evening. I've been dying to tell you guys about my thoughts and experience with B. So, I think I've talked about the comic book so far. It is a popular comic in the grand scheme of things because when I've done research now on it, which again I wasn't aware, it was a massively successful Kickstarter. The first volume or first issue sold over 600,000 copies, which in the comic world, big time success. But yes, so it is a popular comic. It's been around now for a couple of years. We talked about it last week with Cody, how there's, they've expanded into other sub stories, and, the guy's been around for 80,000 years. So there's so many just not even what if, but historical lineage stories that you can tell with this guy. This is my favorite McFarlane figure. So I've complained about the ankles. It's always the ankles, but this is the smoothest they have ever been on any McFarlane figure that I own. They are wonderful. Like, I don't know what he did. Thank again the toy gods for finally listening to us. I can pose and stand him with ease. That's always been my problem. That's why he gives us a stance. That's annoying for toy photography. I like balancing. So the ankles, like everything is super. I mean, again, there's the but not the fighting with you. It's a much smoother feeling. Elbow wise, super duper smooth. Like, he is the best. I've been having fun posing a McFarlane figure because, again, like, I prioritize that over everything most of the time because I like fidgeting with toys and I want them to feel good in hands. So I'll, typically prioritize articulation over sculpting, over aesthetics. And this guy has it all. Of course, he's a McFarlane scale. So there's going to be that discrepancy when you put him with a legend. But again, this is, forced perspective. Who cares? But side by side, I mean, it's not terrible. No, he's still pretty big. He's a big boy compared to Wade. But forced perspective, I'm going to be putting this guy up against, again, G.I. Joe's. Because that's what in the comics, he's just tearing through soldiers. So check this out. He's got this shirtless look where he's all messed up because the guy has a regenerative capability. He has swappable arms that pop out with ease. You take out the little inside shoulder pieces too. Oh, and here, before this is how the face works. So super weird right there, I know. But then this is when he goes into Berserker mode, which is what it's called. Not Berserker Rage, but Berserker mode with the blue eyes. Incredible. So those are the two faceplates for that head. Then you can pop this off. Oh, I didn't even show you. Like, he's got Berserker mode where he's all sorts of like mangled here and bloodied. This is regular, you know, post-fight, post getting blown up, regular head version. So you can really have this super mangled, scarred up version of B. And then you can throw the protector vest on, flak jacket, slide this down. Oh, like, guys, I love this. I love it. I can't believe here we are 5 years into me publicly collecting, 5 years into McFarlane. I mean, it took this at least, again, people love McFarlane. I'm not knocking it. I have so many McFarlane toys. But this is beyond my wildest dreams. Now, it is, I don't want to, you know, I'm being careful sliding this down because I don't want to tear, but it has the cuts. Those are intentional cuts so that you can pull this down, and it is nice and tight on there. Now, when you do this, you lose a little bit of the torso rotation, you know, but nothing crazy. Oh, for the record, it's pretty decent. Not going to lie, pretty decent. All right, I'm just going to, come on. See, now I'm starting to get the live internet sweats manhandling. I'm like, all right, don't tear. What is it getting caught? Oh, it's getting caught on the, come on, baby. I just don't want anything to rip. Okay, I'm being super careful. Okay, come on. Almost there. Like I'm rotating around and kind of, there we go. So now that's back on. And then here's the other thing. So regular hands, non-bloodied. If you notice, this is all bloodied up. He's got bloodied fists over here. So regular non-pre-fight blood or no blood. So 2 of those arms. He comes with this torn off arm because that's all he's doing in the comics is ripping people apart. So I also happened to grab, this is from King Shark. I know I told you guys, but there it is, the exact same, just different paint job. King Shark also came with the leg. So that is fantastic. Now he does only have this one extra hand to grip at like the wrist. So he only has one of those because then it's fists. He has 2 sets of fists, non-bloodied and bloodied. He has 1 set of trigger hands. And then he has that one rip an arm off. I also have, this is the one that I told you guys from Samuel Jackson, from the Hammond collection from Jurassic Park. But then look at all this. Gun, like that's just the BFG right there. That's the BFG. A slightly smaller, but still BFG. Assault rifle. Baby, guys, you basically get a McFarlane accessory pack. This is the gun for the holster. My one knock on that is that it will fall out. It doesn't really stick in there. Shotgun. Tommy gun, and then regular kind of, I guess this would be more like an AK, right? And then a bloody knife. It's insane what this character comes with. And again, the face plates are just for the long hair version. Otherwise, it's three head sculpts, 4 faces. I love it. Like, guys, I'm like going to put this all back up. Go watch whatever I'm going to watch with wifey. Put them back together. I am... Oh, dang it. See? This is what happens when I get all excited about toys. Ah, man. Like Chubsy sign, knocking things over. That's on me. See, I was too amped up. Chat! Here we go. Ham Hands McGee. Yep, strikes again. That's it. Diggs Figs. I love that fig. Todd's the only one that's even got close to Keanu's likeness. Yes. And I know the Mafex figure was announced That to me it pales in comparison. The only big thing would be if you are truly a Mafex, ride or die. But otherwise, I don't see that's not the better figure. It doesn't look like it's going to have nearly the articulation that you'd be wanting out of a Mafex figure. It doesn't have any of the versatility that this figure offers. So if you're a Berserker fan, you got to scoop this up right away. Pac Photos, McFarland fan in the house. What's going on, Pac? And let's see, you got me to the comic, but the real question for me is, do I wait for the Mafex? I would not. And even Machu said, he's like, what in our chat, he was like, it just woke up. That's all right, no worries. He goes, yeah, but you have 2 years. You have 2 years to decide. Let's be perfectly honest. I would get this now before it's totally gone. No chewing. You get to 50 plus blockers. You toss the instructions over your shoulder. There you go. I'm scared to open my blocky Optimus. Nope, just dive in, man. Just dive in. So, Josh, this is a perfect way to, again, let everybody know you're the best. You're the best. Thank you guys so much. What a fun evening. Time to go watch some TV with wifey. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. If you are off tomorrow, enjoy. And again, I truly appreciate each and every one of you being here live, hanging out with me this evening, listen to me talk about toys, get ham-fisted, knock stuff over in the arcade. But my goodness, what a fun evening, and I hope you guys had a blast as well. So thank you very much. Let me cue up. Let me get that outro going. All right, everybody. I love you. Have a great night. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Have a great start to your week tomorrow. Enjoy. I'll see you over on Instagram. Peace.